And today I want to talk about um, work, exertion, rest. What does it mean to rest? And like the question I have these days is that even though I've been resting, quote unquote, because I don't have a job, it's like, am I actually resting? Like I'm a bit confused because I still feel exerted just by the daily life. And so the conclusion is that if I feel exerted just doing like that, barely doing nothing, it's like if I do more, I'm going to be even more tired. And actually, it might be a bit different. Like, there's something about the way I am and the way I do. You could be very active, but still very conserve a lot of your energy, and there's like ways in which you would waste a lot of energy just by being tense or like stressed. So I'm having this kind of thinking that maybe what would fix me is not to do less, but to actually do more. But this is a bit tricky because like I can't afford to burn myself out. So what if I'm wrong about that theory? And I have to, I don't know. The idea is that I'm able to go back to work or something. But this is the fear that's kind of controlling me and stopping me from doing more. Because this physical memory, or even the present sensation of pain, is kind of like burning in my body. And so, but the problem is, or like, whether I do a lot or not a lot, I'm still in pain. And so the question is, well, I have this urge to do things anyway. So it's like, if I'm not doing them, then I'm just making it even worse for myself. Not only I'm in pain, and also I'm kind of bored or like frustrated about not doing things. And also I'm like anxious about finances. And so if I work, then I won't have those problems, kind of. But I don't know, will I be able to manage the pain on a day-to-day? And it's like working hours can be quite long. So then I've seen other people work, and it's like, are you doing anything? So I'm kind of confused, like, what does work mean? In my head it seems like it's this very factory, like you can never take a break thing. But the reality, especially for office workers, is probably more laid back, and it's probably not that different from like school, when you can just spend the whole day being inattentive. And I mean, obviously it's not good for the company, but it's like, well, give me something interesting to do, I guess. So I think I might have had preconception, or like closed myself to something that might be a good idea. If it's like a work or job that I'm enthusiastic about, and I found meaning in it, and also that I can work with nice people around, I think it would really improve my daily life. So yeah, a few thoughts. Work and exertion. It's like doing without exerting, and like not doing but exerting yourself. Like there's all those possibilities. And the more I'm thinking, okay, I need to work, just barely because of the financial pressure. It's like I don't really have a choice now. And yeah, it's like making me even start to act differently in my current stage, because I'm like, oh, if I really want to do this, I have to prepare. And the preparation is like, stop being manic all the time. Like, just breathe, and like try to relax every time I'm doing things, instead of just freezing and being stuck and lying down and doing nothing, or like just staring at a screen and trying to avoid thinking too much. But it's like, anyway, I have many thoughts and I have to express the thoughts I have. So it's kind of working against myself. It's like I have a lot of energy inside and I'm just actually maybe suffering of not using that energy, and it's just like attacking me or something. I don't know. It's kind of a weird feeling. So I have to learn how to just process my energy in a way, like make it flow, and also express it in a, like, I don't know how to describe this, but it's like, instead of like burst of like energy and then you're like falling, dropping. Energy management. I don't know if there's information on that. I think it's definitely connected to the nervous system and like the fight or flight and parasympathetic nervous system, all of that. And there is a few things that can help me be more calm down. And I think one of the big problems is the hyper focus. So it's like, isn't it funny that ADHD is attention deficit, and I think my problem is that I have too much attention to the point I get obsessed about things and I forget about my physical needs. Like, I'm just completely, I don't even feel like I'm in my brain. Like, I'm just a spirit of thoughts or something. So it's like, okay, I can take a break. I don't have to hyper focus on this. I can take a 10-minute break and come back to it. It's still going to be here. But I find it very difficult, and I don't know if it's like a dopamine thing or an anxiety thing. Like, because sometimes dropping out of a task you're really into, dropping out of hyperfocus, it's a bit like, oh no, I have to think about everything else, and it's like, oh fuck. Like, you mean I didn't eat, I need to stretch, I forgot about this administrative stuff. Like, it's like everything comes back at you right when you come out of the hyperfocus, and I think that's what's overwhelming, and that's what is compelling me to stay in that state of just constantly being into one thing, because then I can cut off kind of everything else. So I guess that's how it's kind of dysfunctioning. I don't know if it makes sense. Actually, I didn't even think I was starting this video, and now I'm just rambling. Energy. So, I think for the coming 2 months, I have to really... I'm gonna have like a lot of more movement than I'm having now. So, the Japan trip. And it's gonna be a good way to try to test my physical response. Like, I'm gonna be around people, I'm gonna do some physical work a little bit, which I think is actually good for me, that I move my body. It's never increasing the pain. Usually it's making things flow a little bit better. Of course, it's not like I have to carry 100 kilo bags or something. That's not good. But yeah, I'm a bit worried about the heat. I tend to have kind of headache and dizziness, and I'm wondering how I'm gonna do with this summer heat in Japan. but we'll see. But yeah, just being active and engaged and socially surrounded by people is gonna give me a good indication whether I can do something, like I can have actually a normal job or something. But if I can't, it's like, okay, what do I do? But definitely I need to change things as of now, because it's like I can't. I've reached, I think, a limit of like I can't grow, and the lack of money is directly a problem into resolving my health. So the only way to fix that is to have a income. And I've considered also working part-time. But the thing is, with part-time jobs, it's like most of the jobs are going to be very boring service jobs, mostly, which can probably be even worse, like more straining physically. And it's very repetitive, and I've done that, and it's not the type of social interaction I enjoy, because you're not working together on a project, you're just selling stuff, and people are like kind of asking, the same questions over and over, or like they just say weird stuff. Working in retail, bringing some memories back. But anyway, maybe working part-time is not the answer, because it means I can't move really, I can't save money, I'm just gonna struggle, and then I have to do a side activity that hopefully I can make a full-time thing. But it's like, then I'm gonna have 2 jobs, so I'm still gonna work full-time. So there's no like workaround. It's either I stagnate or I go even down, or it's just get an actual normal job. So, and it's involving moving away from here, because here I'm not going to find a job that is interesting, and I don't have friends here. I have like no reason to stay here besides that the rent is super cheap, and so it's working for my situation. But there's also a lot of issues with the neighbors. Anyway, this is a very rambly video, but I think there's a lot of kind of change happening in my mind about what do I really mean when I say I want to be healthy and I want to thrive. Because it's kind of, once you get out of the struggling phase, it's kind of like you're okay, and it's, most people are probably in okay situations, but to strive is very hard, because it's like you need everything to be kind of aligned, and most people would have probably a good paying job, and so they're not struggling financially, but then they don't have the social circle around them. Or like, maybe you have the good friend, but your job is kind of shitty, or like the place you live is not good. Anyway, you see what I'm saying. So yeah, trying to experience, like trying to do without feeling this tension. And it's like I constantly have to remind my body to relax, release the tension, and take deep breath, and be like quiet, like calm, and do things slowly, like not rushed, not like bursting. And I think it's also important, the environment and the people around you is going to influence your own level of stress. And so it's kind of like the co-regulation thing. If I work with people who are also constantly like rushing stress, fast, it's not going to be good. Anyway, I guess that's it for today. It was my English rambles about potentially going back to work. See you next time.